Welcome back to Faces of Parkinson's. This is part two of my journey with the Littles. I have Doug Little right now. How are you today, Doug?
I'm good, Bob.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You joined us on Saturday at our first Parkinson's Fair here in Las Vegas, and you said something that meant a lot to me. Can you tell me what it was? You've been to a lot of these keynote type things. You go with Nan. What was the event like for you on Saturday?
We have been to a lot of what we call Hope auctions or Parkinson's events, Parkinson's World Congress, things like that. And this is the best one I've been to. And it was size and scale, but more than anything, it was, instead of a lot of talking heads in the front, it was well-informed people. They talk a little bit, they demonstrate something, and that would pull in the Parkinson's people to participate in some way, whether it was dance or a exercise regimen of some type. And it was, so there was much more participation. And I think the people that left that took home a lot more than if they just heard a bunch of talking heads or doctors.
I've experienced the same thing, and I'm glad you got that from it, because there is a separation as a caregiver, which I am for my father and you are for Nan, that we see sometimes the experts talk at us, and I feel that, and it's like, wait a minute, isn't there a relationship? Isn't there an interactivity?
Right.
What is it like for you when you first heard Nan got diagnosed, and what has it been like for you learning how to help care and help her engage in her process?
One thing I'd also add, just to my prior answer, is there was this master of ceremonies who was kind of above average, did a pretty good job. I forget his name, Cochran or something like that.
Skip Doodle, I think.
When Nan was initially diagnosed with Parkinson's, we both retired early with the idea that we were going to be participating in a lot of things. We had a lot of avocations we enjoyed. And initially it was, well, there goes plan A, that's not going to exist anymore. And of course you don't know what you're getting into with Parkinson's. But through the bicycling and pedaling for Parkinson's, Nan restored a lot of her physical condition. That then led to an invitation to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, which led to hiking in Annapurna Base Camp and then the Inca Trail and several rides across Iowa. So our whole bucket list just got reformed in an unanticipated way by that. Now that's on the positive side. Obviously there's a lot of work you got to do dealing with Parkinson's and kind of managing it week by week, day by day, and adjusting expectations and reacting. Parkinson's is an unusual disease in that however you feel now, you may not feel that way 3 hours from now. So as a caregiver, excuse me, you can help people kind of get on to the afternoon from the morning, often they'll be in better shape than they were in the morning.
That had to almost seem like magic to you, the pedaling for Parkinson's, based on Nan's story and what you've seen. Have you seen that with other people as well who've had that kind of success?
Yes. The more you put into something, the more you get out of it. And that's really true with the pedaling for Parkinson's programs that are at YMCAs all around the country now. There are about 50 or 60 of these programs. And people come to that, they want to be there. They get the benefits from the cycling, but they really get the benefits from being with a bunch of other Parkinson's sufferers who are kind of at a similar station in life. So there's a real social benefit as well. The main thing I think with pedaling for Parkinson's and with this, or with any exercise regimen, instead of just taking a passive attitude towards Parkinson's, now you've got an active role to play in your own illness. Condition, and that just changes the perspective. I mean, the illness is still there, and all of the negative consequences and symptoms are still there, but at least you're participating in some way in your own treatment.
That's one thing I know I get from my dad all the time, and you saw the first movie. You see, when we went up to the family reunion, he was so happy to be mowing the lawn. Why? Because he was participating.
Right.
And it's the same way metaphorically with our illness, that way. If we try to just either push it away or pretend it's not there, we aren't doing the work that needs to be done, the mowing of the lawn, as it were, with Parkinson's, which is socializing, which is exercising, which is, not just relying on a pill and a cure that may or may not come, right?
Yeah.
What's the old line about the cure?
I don't know.
I thought it was something like, it'll be here in 5 years.
Oh, right. 5 years. Yeah.
5 years. And again, I don't mean to downgrade those who are working on it. I certainly hope and pray they do come up with something. we have to be realistic in the meantime and make the best out of what we have.
One of the best things that I think both of us have done, that Dan has kind of conned me into doing, is volunteering as a control in a lot of research and studies, which is a benefit just by itself. But what it does, then it makes you kind of a better student of the disease and the treatment options and the effects of the disease. Gets you a lot more interested and a lot more involved, which makes you better able to kind of track what's going on. No two Parkinson's patients are the same, but it gives you a lot of ideas on how to grow with what you're dealing with.
That's excellent. Thanks so much for your time. It's wonderful to meet you. I'm so glad you and Dan came down for the Parkinson's Fair. And like I said to her, I don't think this will be our last conversation. We're going to do some more.
Certainly hope not.
All right. For Face of Parkinson's, this is Robert Cochran. We'll see you next time.